les quiero llamar la atención porque vamos a tener una presentación muy interesante que justamente ilustra en la vida práctica cómo la realidad aumentada, la tecnología de la realidad aumentada de la cual hablábamos esta mañana, pueden ustedes aplicarlas al negocio del leasing. Entonces, le voy a dejar a Farouk, que representa a NetSol, el uso de la palabra. The floor is yours.
My name is Farouk Ghori, and I am the Chief Operating Officer for NetSol Technologies. And today we're quickly going to go over NetSol. So we're quickly going to talk about NetSol Technologies, what we do, our experience in Latin America. Then we're going to get into a very exciting part of what we do, and that's digital apps, mobile apps, as well as virtual reality innovation that we're putting forward in the leasing and finance space. I'd also like to introduce Joe Franco, who will take you through the first part of the presentation.
Thank you. We're very fortunate to be in this esteemed group, and thank you to the Alta Group for holding the conference for 14 years. I speak a little bit of Spanish, but I'm not going to try it today. Maybe one-on-one after the session. But we're just going to spend a few minutes going over what NetSol Financial Suite does and NetSol as a company. So the way we go. There you go. Anyway, so we are thought leaders. We have over 400 people that are individually just tied to research and development. We've been in Latin America since 2008. But what I want to stress is the size and strength of our company, because we have a total of 1,500 people. And when you compare us to other software providers in the industry, we are the largest, we are financially the strongest. We have a motto that we engage with our customers, we inspire each other, and then we grow together, because that's what a partnership does. A partnership, especially in software, and the kind of software we provide, is indeed a two-way relationship. And so the points I just want to make from here is that we're publicly traded on NASDAQ. We have proven software. We've been in Mexico since 2008. And then we have a 1,500 global team and 400 just focused on R&D. And so this next slide just shows a little bit of our experience. If it comes up. There we go. In summary, our experience, 40 plus years in the Americas altogether. I'm going to go through this rather quickly. This is something that's very unique in this industry. No other software provider, except for some of the larger players, can actually get rated by D&B as in terms of sustainability and evaluation provability scores of the software. There's a lot of things that make us distinct in the software world. We are CMMI level 5. We've been that for several years, and we take pride in that too. And so here's a brief summary of our presence. And so we have a strong banking footprint, but we also have a strong financial services footprint with the captives, like a Mercedes-Benz, like a Nissan, like a Packard. So as Farouk mentioned today, we are thought leaders. We're going to show you a mobility application once this slide presentation is done, but also please stop by the booth up front and we'll be able to show you our augmented reality as well, which is really cool. It can be used for like floor planning or just pick and choose the equipment you want to use and build it out. So one thing I want to emphasize, this is all one company, from inventory finance to mobility to origination, booking, activation, portfolio management. We cover the full gamut. So you have one single provider in all these different areas in a single database environment if you decide. So no longer do you have to cobble together different platforms. We'll do that for you because we all operate in the same database. So from the inventory finance floor planning session, we cover the gamut of it and also have mobility attachments to that as well. From an origination platform, we heard Rafael talk about the need to manage your risk, the need to be able to monitor it and qualify your accounts. So we have a credit origination platform as well. And then we go into booking and activation, and it's the full gamut from time of booking to the termination of the asset, termination of the contract. We cover the full gamut of that too. It's all multilingual, all multi-currency. So just a brief overview, we've covered the high points. And by the way, this PowerPoint will be on the Alta Group website after the conference. And then we go into from inventory finance to product origination, strong workflow management. Rather than having to enter a contract in multiple places and manually, you enter it once in our system. Contract management, like I said, complete from contract activation to contract termination, booking, asset management, accounts receivable, accounts payable, all your changes in the contract, any adjustments that need to be made, or early terminations or partial terminations that may occur. And just a sample screen, not very clear.
It's still loading.
Yeah. Oh, I bypassed it.
Go back one.
I'm going back. There we go. That loaded it better. Just a sample screen, just to let you know that it is multi-currency, it is multilingual. Gives you an example of what the look and feel will look like. And finally, just the entire ecosystem. And so we go from mobility tool set into the complete origination and contract management software. And we'll be around for the remaining of the conference in order to be able to talk. I'm going to turn this now over to Farouk.
Just before I begin, I just want to mention one thing. When the iPhone came out about a decade ago or near about, NetSol as a company understood that the market will change because of this touchscreen feature. We at that time didn't know what that change was going to be, but we started working in this space early on. Then in 2012, we actually went live with Mercedes-Benz Financial, 300 dealerships, all on mobility, all doing stuff through that. Another example of mobility I'll give you is our second app. The first app was a mobile point of sale. The second app was a account manager. And we looked at call center costs. We looked at Toyota Financial. Their call center cost was $7 per call at the time. After implementing one of our mobile apps called M Account, their call center cost fell down to 30 cents after that implementation. So that's what we're going to go into right now, is I'm going to give you guys a quick overview of the kind of apps, the kind of applications that are coming forward, and how they're disturbing or disrupting the industry. And to save that much cost, from $7 to 30 cents, is phenomenal cost advantage for everybody. So what I'm going through now is the actual app that we made for Mercedes-Benz, and this is available on Android, iOS, and it's a point of sale. So I can see a quick salesperson's dashboard, finance applications, what the top financial product is, how many quotes do I have out, what status they're in. I can also then drag and drop my own reports like a customizable dashboard. So as you can see, I've added a subsidy report or maybe a commission report. Other things that we can do here, we can look at promotions. So all of the assets, whether it's vehicles, it's trucks, it's whatever kind of asset, I can see different promotions that are here. I can compare different promotions. And all of this done with your customer walking around the dealership. All very, very, very efficient. And when I select quotation, I can see the two plans, and I can see which one has which part better and which one has which part more expensive. I can also see my inventory. What stock do I have with this dealership? I can see what color of what stock do I have in this dealership. So I can see all of that information. One thing that I want to take you guys through quickly is workflow management. I can see all my quotations. I can see all my applications. And then I can go in here, edit, submit. And this is once again, using UI and UX, using the native Android, iOS frameworks, we're able to create these screens which hold a lot of data. We're taking personal information. We're taking contract information. For places like Brazil, we offer fingerprint scanning. And if you go into, we can actually upload pictures of whatever documents or anything quickly if we require to at the point of origination, at the point of selecting a deal. Asset information, accessory information, insurance information, services, and so on is all readily available here, as well as looking at what my financial terms look like, what my payment schedule looks like, so I can see the complete view of my payment schedule. So this is the app that went live with Mercedes-Benz in 2012, 2013. I will now move on to the next application, which is the one that saves money on the call center side.
Might just add while he's doing this, that this can connect to any back office system or origination platform that you have.
So we designed this based on frequently asked questions. What is my due date? Can I defer a payment? Can I ask for more assets? Can I change something? So that was the thought behind creating this application. Let me just... It's not updating the screen. Just wait for a second. Update? Okay. Bear with us for 1 second. We're having update issues on the screens. Try a different one. Is it updating at home? Okay, while we troubleshoot that, I'll quickly talk about take it out of this. So as I walk around the floor, giving you guys an idea, this is a 3D virtual reality car configurator, and I will make sure that everybody sees it on the 3D screen. But what this does, and this is what we're making for another automotive customer, and it allows you to walk around the car, select the asset in 3D. The headset costs less than $10, and the app is relatively cheap to make. We have other partners asking for used vehicles, used assets. All their off-lease vehicles come back from the contracts, and they upload their off-lease vehicles for auction houses, for releasing, reloans, and so on. So once again, I invite everybody to come after the session to have a look at how it looks in 3D, how the high-res augmented reality of the car looks.
Si alguien quiere conocer un poco más y jugar a la realidad aumentada, pueden acercarse a Farouk. Yo ya hice el experimento y me gustó bastante, entonces si tienen oportunidad de hacerlo es bien interesante y van a ver las aplicaciones que eso tiene. Bueno, siento mucho que no podamos avanzar más en ese juego porque si no, no terminamos, la agenda es apretada.